Hi, I'm Lisa Filia. I'm your confidence coach for your career. And in this video, we are talking about strategy versus wild goose chase. And this is important for us to talk about because when we know how to differentiate between when we're being strategic versus when we're on a wild goose chase, it helps us know when we're being productive and when we're just being avoidant. So that's what we're talking about today, and you'll be able to apply this to your own life to help catch your brain in the act when it's trying to tell you that changing course is really strategic, when actually it's just a wild goose chase. It's trying to take you down. All right, so let's dive in, and I think it's always helpful when we can relate to personal stories. So let me share how this showed up for me. So I am a coach, as many of you know, a confidence coach, and I work with individuals who are high achievers and helping them create even more confidence for themselves so they continue to make bold moves in their career and their life. So what this means is that I'm coaching, and it also means that as a business owner, I run my own business, so I'm playing all roles in the business right now. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm the one person. And so that means I also do things like sales and marketing. Now, I am an experienced coach, and I am so confident and strong and expert level in my coaching abilities. I can truly help people see their own minds. Where I am not strong is in the sales and marketing. I haven't done a lot of it. I don't have a lot of background in it, and I have a lot of thoughts about it and about my experience and my ability in those areas that hold me back. And so right now I have this plan that I created for myself a while ago about how I can be strategic in prospecting and meeting new people and spreading the word about coaching and in making sales and in selling. And what I noticed is as I was about to do those activities, they're on my calendar last week, as I was about to do them, I heard this voice in my head. And it was saying things like, you know what? I don't think this approach is very strategic. There must be a better way. And you know what? Here's the issue, Lisa. The problem isn't the way that you're showing up for potential clients or where you're meeting the clients. It's actually your program. If you had a different program, then those people would probably buy. So you know what, Lisa, instead of going out there and talking to these people and meeting them, what we really need to do is we need to create a new program, a whole new program. And so all of a sudden, I'm at my whiteboard in my other room, and I am jotting down all these ideas about this new program I could create, the new design. I had all these fantastical fantasies about how incredible it'll be, about how this will be the solution that allows people to easily buy from me without any issues around it. And I was thinking, okay, here's the answer. This is much more strategic. So what do I need to do to make this happen? Well, I obviously need to film all new modules. I need to create new curriculum. I need to create new books. I need to come up with a whole new marketing campaign and strategy around it. So of course, I can't go out and meet people. I can't go out and tell them I'm a life coach, that I have this program when I haven't fully put it together yet. And so all of a sudden, I'm on hold. I've put myself into this box where I'm designing, creating trainings and coaching and not selling and marketing, all under the guise of strategy. And as I'm telling you this, you might be thinking, oh yeah, that makes sense. It's so logical. But once I coached myself and got some coaching on it, here's what I realized. I didn't want to prospect. I didn't want to go out there and talk to people because I was scared. Because I felt like I didn't know how to do it and that I wasn't good at selling. And so I didn't want to put myself in that tough situation. So instead of leaning into that tough situation and doing it anyways because I had told myself that was the way to do it, I came up with a great excuse, a whole new strategy, and my brain took me down this wild goose chase of creating an entirely new program. Granted, it didn't actually create the program, it just came up with all the thoughts about what the program could look like and gave myself this incredible long task list of things to do related to that program, instead of actually getting out there and meeting people and offering my service to them. So the reason I bring this up and how this applies for you is what we do is we make decisions often based on our emotions. And then we back up those decisions with our logic. Our brains do this all the time. And in my example, my brain didn't want to feel the insecurity that it can feel around selling because I don't think I'm as good at it as I'm at coaching and designing trainings. So it wanted to avoid that feeling. So what did it do? It decided it wasn't about to go out there and sell. Instead, it wanted to work on designing coaching programs because that's what I love to do. And so it convinced me that the logical thing to do was to design an entirely new program. It told me it was strategic. And now, as I see it from a cleaner perspective, I see that it was actually a wild goose chase, all designed to make me avoid having to do the thing that I didn't feel good about doing. So I offer this to you because I want you to think about what are some decisions that you've made that you've then backtracked on for the sake of strategy? And how do you know if you were really being strategic? Because I will say there are times when you make a decision about the right way to do something, or not necessarily the right way, but the way you're going to do something. And then later on you decide, no, I don't think that's right. And then you change it, and it truly is the more strategic approach. So how can you tell when you're being strategic versus a wild goose chase? Well, a lot of times in the moment, you can't tell because you're so in your own head about it, your own thoughts about it, about what is strategic and what isn't strategic, and your brain sucks you down this path that you don't even notice. And so the first step is you need to pull yourself back. So you need to decide, or you need to notice what you are doing isn't what you had originally intended to do. You need to see that. And as soon as your brain is like, oh, but this is strategic, that's your cue to think, okay, we need to really decide if this is strategy or just avoidance, if this is strategic or a wild goose chase. And so that means pulling back, not diving right into this new potential goose chase, potential strategic approach, and instead refocusing in a different way. And so the way I do that is I do what's called a thought download. I write down all my thoughts about the situation and really see how I'm thinking. And so if you're wanting to change your mind about something you already decided on, it's asking yourself questions like, why am I changing my mind? How do I feel about the thing I think I'm supposed to do or that I had previously decided upon doing? Then how do I feel about the new thing that my brain is telling me to do? By making it about how you feel, you can see if you're trying to avoid a certain feeling or whether it's more of a strategic approach. And the other thing I recommend is instead of launching right into this new plan, pull yourself back. Give yourself an afternoon to decide whether this is what you want to do. And so what that looks like is, okay, this is a new idea my brain has come up with. I'm going to write this down and revisit it tomorrow. Because if I still feel that way tomorrow, it'll help me see whether it was a wild goose chase or strategy. And then what you do that day is you continue forward with the original plan that you had made. And you notice, how do I feel as I'm doing this plan? How is this working? How isn't it working? What am I creating for myself about this plan that's making me think it is or isn't the right way to move forward? So really, if we sum all of these tips up, it's coming down to really questioning your brain when it tries to instantly change your path, taking a moment to pause, see how you're feeling in both instances, and then deciding with intention moving forward instead of just letting yourself getting swept up in the new plan that your brain's presented. Another way that I noticed it for me was when I stepped back and looked at it and said, wait, why do I think I need a new program? Has anyone told me that I need a new program? I realized all my clients love the program that I give them. I get raving reviews about the coaching that they get from the current program, the way it's designed, the worksheets as they are now. Nothing's wrong with the program. And that was a big clue to me that, maybe it isn't the program. Maybe this is a goose chase. And maybe I just need to practice leaning into the discomfort that can come with selling sometimes and move forward anyways. All right, that's what I have for you today. Let me know how this works for you. Help catch your brain in the act of when it's trying to take you down a goose chase for the sake of strategy and when it's actually being strategic in its approach. Thank you so much. Have a great one. Bye.